Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back. I hope that you all are having a beautiful day thus far. Today, as you can tell by the title, we are going to be doing a tarot reading based on why the hell are you still single? Obviously, we will be covering the reasons as to why you are still single, if that is going to be changing anytime soon, and depending on the pile, I may go over how you can change that. So with that being said, everyone, here is a clip of your piles right now. All right, you guys, these are the 5 piles. We have group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, group number 4, and group number 5. If you guys need a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you guys are free to do that right now. And if you want to pick more than one, you guys are welcome to do so. All right, you've picked your pile. Please go ahead and check out the description box where I have a few timestamps for when your reading will start. And with that, I'll just see you in your reading. Hello, group 1. Welcome to your guys' reading. If you want a personal reading, as always, check out my description box and you will find more information regarding that. Can we please get a message for group 1 based on why the hell are they still single? Okay. Group number 1, respectfully, I do feel like a massive reason as to why you are still single is because if you were to engage in a romantic relationship at this time, you may be unwilling to protect yourself or to stand up for yourself, okay? So starting off with protection, this is set personal boundaries. I believe that this card would not show up if you had personal boundaries, right? If you were somebody who had healthy personal boundaries, I don't believe this card would show up. So if that's not you, pick a different pile, because everyone who picked this pile, you are the type of person where when you fall in love hard. When you are committed to somebody, you are committed to them even to a fault. This is loyalty to your detriment. This is self-sacrificing to your detriment. So I believe a part of the reason as to why you are single, group 1, is because you are not mentally or emotionally in a position to protect yourself if you are being put in a vulnerable position. I do also believe that this is something where you are being spiritually protected. You are being protected by a higher power or higher beings, if you will, regarding your heart and regarding like what you can handle right now. Some of you perhaps are not in the best space mentally and emotionally, or perhaps you just got to a space where you're feeling healthy and you're feeling happy and things are going well. And I'm seeing this as like divine protection. You are being protected by higher beings because you are not yet in a space where you are going to properly defend yourself against people who may want to take advantage of you, okay? This is not to say that everybody you encounter, group number 1, is going to take advantage of you. This is not to say that everybody you encounter is going to be awful. But in the dating process, like that is always going to be a risk. So this makes sense to me, right? You're being protected spiritually because now is not the time for you to be focusing on others outside of yourself. We have the Conqueror of Coins. This is doing things the right way, you guys. This is moving through your love life in a very slow fashion. And some of you guys are exhausted with waiting. Some of you guys are tired of waiting and you're like, I don't want to wait anymore. I want a partner. I don't want to be alone. And I just want to validate your feelings really quick. It's completely fair to not want to be alone, you guys, okay? It's completely fair as a human to want companionship, to want friendship, to want romantic love. Like these things are all completely normal and natural, and I want to validate your feelings of loneliness, and it is difficult feeling lonely. However, what is worse than feeling lonely is feeling lonely while you are in a relationship, is feeling miserable because you are tied to somebody else or tied to somebody who is not right for you, or somebody who's mean to you, or somebody who does not treat you well. Speaking from experience, you guys, please do trust me. It is far better to be alone than to be with the wrong person. Okay. Can I please have a message This is representing breakthroughs in communication. This is the only card, you guys, that indicates to me that there could be movement taking place in your love life regarding communication. So somebody sending a text, perhaps doing a bit of online shopping for a relationship. I do want more information on that in just a moment. We have the Chariot here. This is encouragement for you guys, group number 1, to push forward, to continue moving forward despite the difficulties that you may be experiencing. The Chariot is strength and willpower. So this is, again, just encouragement, like keep going. Your person is out there. A healthy, happy relationship is out there. Giving up is obviously not going to render you the results that you want. And then we have the 5 of Coins. So again, you guys, to me, this is confirmation that right now in your life, being lonely is not the worst thing that could be happening. Not having a partner is not the worst thing that could be happening. The 5 of Coins represents financial instability and feeling very isolated. If you are feeling isolated, I promise you, again, it's fair to want a relationship, but I promise you seeking out friendship is going to be more fulfilling. Seeking out platonic relationships is going to be more stable. Especially if you are seeking out friendships in a healthy manner with healthy people, it is going to be more stable and it's going to be something that is more fulfilling in the long run, right? You're not going to get those butterflies from having a platonic friend. You're not going to have your intimate needs met by having a friend, but long term, and I'm not talking about like 5-10 years, I'm talking about 20, 30, 40, 50 years in the future. If you can obtain a group of people who love you and love you in a way that's not romantic but platonic, that is going to be very, very rewarding when you are in your 60s, in your 70s, in your 80s. So I know, again, right now, especially for those of you who are a lot younger, seeking out platonic friendships may not be the most exciting thing to think about, or the most like, I want more, right? I want romance. That's fair. But I think right now, having community could be more rewarding for you long term, okay? Let's go ahead and get confirmation on that Ace of Swords. Can I please get confirmation on why the Ace of Swords is here? Strength, okay. This is not for all of you, but for some of you who are watching this, there's going to be, I don't want to call it a test because that sounds very dramatic, but there's going to be somebody who's reaching out to you. And I am viewing this as, are you ready to move on from this? Have you learned your lesson or have you not? The reason I'm saying this is the Ace of Swords is a breakthrough in communication. And if you guys have watched me for a while, you know I'm not the type of tarot reader to be like, your ex is coming back, prepare for that. Like I'm not. Matter of fact, I'm like, ignore them, block them, delete them. So I hate giving this message, but for some of you, again, there is going to be communication coming through, and I do believe that there is a need to be strong, and for a lot of you to block them, ignore them. Have you learned that lesson? Are you strong enough to move forward? Are you strong enough to have a relationship outside of this person? Are you strong enough? Again, strength is about internal. Like, have you tamed the beast within? Have you healed what was going on internally? That is what's going on with strength. And the Ace of Swords just makes me feel like, again, the communication that's coming forward isn't necessarily communication that you should be engaging in or entertaining. So yeah, do what you want to do though, you know, live life the way you want to live life. Do it for the plot, I guess. Can I get a message? Yeah. Oh. Okay, you guys know, like I just said what I said. So chemistry is here. We have attraction, spark, and passion. Okay. We have only you, devoted, attached, and crave. Why are we attached? My question is why are we attached? The reason why you guys are still single is because you have not let go of this attachment. And I'm not judging you. I'm really, really not. hold on to this attachment, keep going back until you're tired. Keep going back until you are sick of it, you're fed up, you're done, unless you are being physically harmed. If you're being physically harmed, you and I have personal beef. You are not going back to that person. You are staying away from them. And if you do, please leave, because I'm not going to be reading for that. That's not what we're supporting. This is very much giving me, you are single because you have not let go of your ex. For others of you, you are single because you are not yet in a headspace where you can draw healthy boundaries and demand what you deserve. So we have the return here, and this is second chance, opportunity, making amends. Okay, and then we have confession. And this is unveiling, coming clean, and messages. Unveiling, coming clean, and messages. Okay. Let's continue forward. Can I get a message for group number 1? Why? I wish I could take it back. I'm intimidated by you. I have a feeling this person should be intimidated. They should have feelings of intimidation. I think that they've earned that. And I feel like I'm not good enough for you. When somebody says this, believe them. Or don't. But my advice would be believe them. My advice would be, somebody says they're not good enough, there's a reason they're saying that, and it's probably because it's true. I think I'm honestly, you guys, gonna leave this message here, because to me, it's very, very clear that the message is there's somebody, for a lot of you, there's somebody who's returning into your life, or somebody who is revisiting the communication, the connection. Your obstacle here is, have I grown enough to move on from this? Have I grown enough to let this go? Do I want something healthy, or do I want something that feels good in the moment? Because I have a feeling that this does not feel good. Many, many, many moments of this not feeling good. So yeah, you're single because you got to let go of that ex. You're single because you need to have stronger boundaries, and perhaps it's best for you right now to focus on yourself, growing yourself, pouring energy into yourself, loving yourself, growing your community, right? Having a support system, you guys, is very important. People with a support system are not easily taken advantage of, okay? If you are alone, if you do not have people in your life who love you, if you do not have family around you, it is very, very easy for people who are predatory to take advantage of individuals like that. So this is why I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't want those of you who are in vulnerable situations to get hurt. And for those of you where you keep spinning the block on this person, again, keep doing that until you hate them. Or if you feel ready to move on, move on. I do believe that is when you will have movement in your love life. So that is what I have for you guys. Group number 1. I love you guys. I'm wishing you the best of luck. You got this. Like, eventually, whether you keep going back or not, like, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get there. I believe in you. I trust you. I'm sending you love, and that is all I've got. So bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your guys' reading. Let's go ahead and start our shuffle. If you guys do want a personal reading, I have those in my description box. More details on that in my description box. Can we please get a message regarding why group number 2 is still single? Okay. I feel a little bad even for saying this, guys. So we have transcendence. This is love, the darkness. Sacrifice, what can you let go of? And then Maximus. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? Okay. So I'm gonna be honest, I just kind of think that your taste in the individuals that you date is a little garbage, a little trash. And I love you, and I mean this so nicely, but I just feel like you have to, like, stop dating the kind of people that you're dating. I don't know what else to say. The reason I'm saying that is because we have love the darkness, right? Now, duality is everybody. Everybody has good, everybody has bad. There's no such thing as a person who is all good or all bad. That is just not a thing. That is not how this world works. Obviously there's varying different degrees of like, ooh, this person's mostly good or this person's mostly bad, right? Loving the darkness. Some of you may have a tendency to seek out broken birds or people who are exuding darker energy, more intense energy. I used to say when I was younger, like, if I'm attracted to you, there's something wrong with you. Like, you probably should go seek help if I'm attracted to you. And that's almost what this energy is giving me. It's like, I am attracted to the darkness. I am attracted to individuals who are broken, who probably need a therapist, who probably need to be medicated. We have sacrifice. What can you let go of? So this is also indicating to me, you guys, that there is something that you need to release regarding the individuals, again, that you date. The type that you are dating is not the type I feel like that you can hold on to. I don't know if this is stemming from abandonment issues, if this is stemming from like mommy issues or daddy issues, but it does feel like there is this desire here with this group to obtain individuals who are not available. This is so random, but this may also bleed into other areas of your life, right? Like wanting to live in a prestigious area or wanting to own rare items or unusual items. Anyways, Maximus again, how can you feed others when your own table is empty? How can you feed other people when your own table is empty? This is overextending your hand. This is giving when you have nothing left to give. This again, to me, is a sign that you are attracted to individuals who are simply unhealthy. It is not normal or healthy for somebody who cares about you to watch you starve yourself or to watch you harm yourself or give and give and give until you have nothing left. That's not a sign of somebody who loves you. Somebody who loves you wants you to be fed too, wants you to be happy too, wants you to be okay. Somebody who is in it for themselves is going to be an individual who's okay with you giving until you have nothing left to give. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, right? So I don't like throwing around like mental health words, you guys, but this is giving me like, without saying the word, an attraction to individuals, or individuals are attracted to you who are very selfish. Very selfish individuals are attracted to you. Very self-centered individuals are attracted to you. And what that tells me, group number 2, is that you are abundant on your own. You have a lot to give. You have a lot of love and a lot of nourishment for other people to obtain from you. And I think the problem is people who are empty see you as like a beacon of light, right? Like you are quite literally like a firefly in the dark. And I feel like dark energies are attracted to that because they don't have light. They don't have anything to feed on themselves. Okay. Can I please get... Yeah, like I just said, you have everything. We have the magique. You have everything, group number 2. You have everything. You have everything within yourself, and a lot of you don't recognize your power. A lot of you don't recognize how special you are. A lot of you don't recognize the way that you are able to make other people feel. And I feel like this is incredibly, incredibly important that you protect this part of you, that you protect the magic that you hold within yourself, because I do feel like the people that you are dating see this and they are jealous of it and they want to take it from you. We have the ruler of coin. Okay. So there are some of you who are watching this where financially people seek to benefit from you on a financial level. So that's obviously something to look out for. Again, if I take that away, you guys, the King of Coins is truly just representing stability. People who are lacking stability are attracted to you because you possess this, because you have, like I said, a lot to give. Now, maybe this is not coming in the form of literal money or literal coins, right? Or pentacles. But this is coming in the form of love. This is coming in the form of emotional support. This is coming in the form of, right, giving people validation. Empty, broken individuals need this. Unfortunately, I feel like this group attracts a lot of cheaters. or a lot of people who have like lustful eyes. And again, the reason for that is empty, broken people, they have like a hole in them that they do not have the ability to fill, and they will just keep piling on people who have light, or people who make them feel worthy of being alive, or like they are worth something. And you specifically, group number 2, if you're watching this, you are somebody who has, like I said, so much to give. And unfortunately, it's going to be difficult for you until you are able to become a little bit more brutal, become a little bit more harsh when it comes to the people that you are dating. You cannot share that light openly. You cannot share that love freely. You have to really, really make people work for it. This is almost giving me like you're gonna have to go through a transformation where somebody really, really magnifies the fact that they were capable of stealing that from you. And I think that's when you're gonna have the shift of, oh, like, no, like I am the prize, like I am the magic, and I'm no longer allowing people to come in and just take that. We have the 8 of Swords. So your hands are tied a bit, group number 2. This is telling me that we are stuck in a pattern. We're stuck in a loop. There is a lesson that needs to be learned. There are cycles that have to end. And for a lot of you, this is about growth, right? This is about growth. This is about evolving as an individual. I don't want to use the word empath. I don't want to talk you guys up like that, but a lot of you are very empathetic to others. You can feel other people's emotions. And again, people who are lacking that do have a tendency to be attracted to those who are incredibly empathetic. Okay. Can I have yeah, stability. The people you're dating are seeking stability. And the problem is, you guys, we can't seek stability in other people. We can't seek stability in another person. We have to seek it within ourselves. And only when you find it in yourself can you have stability in your life. If your stability, if your comfort, if your safety is based on another person, you will never feel safe. You will never be safe, truly. Can I have... That's not to say you can't trust people, right, you guys? I want to make it clear. The reason I'm saying this is because people are always changing. People are evolving. Life is always evolving. So true safety and true stability comes from within. True safety and true stability comes from yourself. That's not to say you can't trust people. Of course, there will be people that you can trust. But if you don't feel safe on your own, if you don't have safety or stability within yourself, there will be a point in your life where you are not safe, right? Or where you don't feel as if you can have, or you do have stability. We have the Moon here. Okay, this is our soul. I feel like a lot of you as well are seeking this like deep, intense connection. Like you don't want something that's surface level. You don't want something that's based in physicality. And a part of the reason as why you guys are single is because you're seeking out these very intense people with depth. And unfortunately, I do feel like those who have a darker energy about them come off as if they are deeper, or as if they possess this depth, right? Okay. Can I have a message for group number 2? Why are they still single? You forgive easily. You forgive too easily. Apology, forgiveness, return, I'm sorry. This is a little similar to the last group, but different. You guys are individuals where when somebody comes to you and they apologize, you oftentimes forgive them. Not always, but oftentimes you do, even if they don't deserve it. Again, there's like empathy here, your understanding of why people do what they do. And I do think that there is a need to have stronger boundaries. Do not allow these individuals to drain you. We have mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. Again, I do feel like you guys emotionally at least have the ability to provide other people with emotional stability. And I think that this is attracting the wrong sorts of suitors. Realizations, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. I think what this is referencing is by the time you realize that somebody is not good for you, you are already emotionally invested. And there is, again, a need to kind of realize like, no, I am the magic. I am the light in the darkness, and I need to protect this light. Then we have spying, social network, information, and ways. So if you guys are quite literally single because of social media or because of the internet, I'm also seeing this group number 2 as having a little bit of like a possessive or an obsessive mindset. Getting stuck in a loop, getting stuck in a mental loop of constantly checking your ex's social media or constantly checking on who they're following, what's going on their story. I do feel like there is a need a little bit to let go. Why is group number 2 still single? Yeah. So again, similar to pile number 1, boundaries is here. No, drawing the line, enough. There is a need to have stronger boundaries, you guys. Okay. Why is group... I don't know what I want. If somebody tells you they don't know what they want, group number 2, I need you to believe them. And I need you to understand that that does not mean that there's hope. I don't want you to read that as, oh, that means there's hope for me and this person in the future. No, like you deserve a person who knows what they want and knows that they want you. Like you deserve to be with somebody who's like, no, I'm 1,000% sure that I want you. It should gross you out when somebody's like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what that should gross you out. You should be like, oh, ew. Gross. Go figure yourself out, person. I'm planning on reaching out to you. Okay. Group number 2. For those of you stuck on your ex, we got to get over it. We got to let go. We got to let go. I'm not saying you have to hold on to anger. I'm not saying you have to hold on to resentment, but you need to recognize that you deserve better. That you deserve better and that you can do better. That you will do better. And moving on to when you will do better. Actually, don't want that deck. Let's get this deck. I'm so sorry, you guys. I had a slip. So we cut it. And you know what? Because I had that slip, I almost want to expand on it. Some of you may be what is the word I want to use? Some of you guys may be, I don't want to say addicted, but maybe attached to this person based on intimacy or based on your physical connection. And I understand that. I do. I really, really do. But I promise you, I pinky freaking promise that should not be the reason you are staying with this person, or should not be the reason you keep going back to this person, okay? And if you are continuing to enjoy yourself physically with this person and you're trying to move on, you're not going to be able to move on until you cut off the physical, because that physical exchange is energetically messing with your ability to move forward. Okay. When will group number 2 most likely meet their next partner? It's the right time to take action, group 2. So some of you could be meeting them tomorrow. For others of you could be meeting them in 6 months and 8 months and a year. But now is the time to take action. So I think cutting this person off or moving forward, being a lot better at holding your boundaries, I think will be incredibly helpful for when you will find this person or when you will enter your next relationship. When will group 2 enter their next relationship? It's time to let go. And we have December. So for some of you, you could be meeting this person around December, okay? Okay, group 2, that is what I have for you. I love you so much, and I admire you genuinely for having the heart that you have, and I don't want you to ever feel like you shouldn't be a loving person or that you shouldn't be a forgiving person, because that is what makes you so beautiful and so magical. I just don't want you to allow people who are undeserving of that to take advantage of you. So protect yourself. force people to show you that they are who they say they are. Don't believe words, but believe action and consistency. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys, group 2. I love you and I'm wishing you the best. That's all I got. So bye. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your guys' reading. Jumping straight on into our shuffle. If you do want a personal reading, you guys can go ahead and check out my description box where there is more information regarding that. Can we please get a message for group 3 on why the hell are they still single? You're a baddie, you just don't know it. You have not unlocked your power yet. Okay, I'm just kidding, guys. We have flashover. It's all in your head. So you have a tendency to overthink. You have a tendency, perhaps when you meet somebody new, to get nervous or get frightened by the idea of getting hurt. This person does not truly like me. This person does not truly care for me. Therefore, like, you're overthinking, or you are perhaps sabotaging the connection. Now, for others of you, it quite literally is just a confidence thing, or like a lack of confidence. For some people, I think this can go in the opposite direction, and I do feel the need to bring this up because from what I experienced engaging with my male friends and individuals that I've dated previously, I know I hear a lot of people say like, oh, like, I just want somebody who's humble, or I just want somebody, and to me that reads as like, you just can't handle a baddie, like you just can't handle somebody who knows their worth. But obviously there are times where people could be overly cocky or overly into themselves, which is also not attractive. So finding a balance, striking a balance between being humble and enjoyable to be around, but also like confident, because confidence is attractive. Now we have the Witch, and this is the magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. So this is allowing people to see your power. And this is why I'm saying, like, I feel like a lot of you who pick this pile, it's not that you're overly confident, but it's that you're lacking confidence. You are not allowing people to see your magic. You are hiding the parts of yourself that are the most beautiful. You're hiding the parts of yourself that are the most magical. And that is unfortunately playing a role as to why you are still single. This is almost giving me like a shy girl or a shy man, a shy gentleman. So there is that, you guys, okay? Let's go ahead and get some tarot. Can I please get a message? Okay, so the only card I see right now, you guys, is the 8 of Coins. And the 8 of Coins, unfortunately, is talking about being stuck in a loop. This is talking about lessons that need to be learned. This is something we do over and over and over again until we learn our lesson. What I want to say with this, you guys, is if you've noticed a pattern in the people that you were dating or in how you behave while you were dating, I want you to evaluate that. And I want you to evaluate that so that you have the ability to take your power back regarding these situations, okay? What I mean, again, if you find yourself dating somebody who is not wanting commitment, or who is like, oh, let's just go with the flow and see where things go, but then they want you to come and like sleep over at their apartment, or they want you to freaking do their laundry and cook for them, but they're like, but we don't have a label. If you keep finding yourself in situations like that, you simply have to be the source of change, right? Obviously, like, you are not responsible for people being crappy, duh, but you are responsible for maintaining crappy relationships, right? So how somebody behaves is on them. What you are willing to allow, or what you allow, is on you. So what I want to say with this is the cycles that you participate in, you are also playing a role in that. It's not all on the other person. And I say this, you guys, not to blame you, not to make you feel bad about yourself, but so that you can feel like, oh, wait a minute, like you're right. Like, it is on me that I keep dating these men and then I stick around, or these women, and I keep sticking around after they show me who they are. That is on me. The reason that needs to be on you is so that you're capable of taking your power back and going, oh, I can change this. Because you can't change other people, but you can change yourself, right? You have no control over what somebody else does. but you do have control over yourself. So the Seven of Wands is talking about jealousy, you guys. Again, you may find yourself in patterns where you are with individuals who are seeking to make you jealous, or who have a desire to make you jealous, or to bring jealous energy into your life. If that is the case, that person is not for you. This could also be, again, like a lack of confidence. So then we are, and I want to be careful about how I say this, you guys, because a lack of confidence is not necessarily the same as like not tolerating disrespect. I hear a lot of people, especially a lot of my girlfriends, talk about like, oh, I just don't want to come off as insecure. And I'm like, girl, you sound insecure because you're so worried about sounding insecure, when you could just go, hey, I don't like that you're doing this. This feels disrespectful. If you don't stop, I'm going to go find somebody who's not going to behave like that, because I know my worth. I know that I'm capable of finding someone who doesn't behave like that. You can keep doing you. I'm going to go do me, right? Don't be afraid to set boundaries. Boundaries are not the same thing as a lack of confidence. If anything, a lack of confidence, insecurity stems from individuals who are not, like, it's coming from an individual who is not willing to speak up for themselves and say, hey, I don't like that. Like, that's unattractive to me. Or I don't think it's appropriate for you to be doing A, B, and C. Okay. And then we have the High Sage. Okay. So also, just a little advice for anybody who may not know how to determine, am I being insecure, or am I, like, is this a boundary? If you cannot do the behavior that the other person is doing, then it's disrespect, right? If the other person would get mad if you behaved the way that they behaved, then it's disrespect. And that's not something that can be argued, right? For example, my partner and I have decided to not use social media, obviously for me, outside of doing this, because statistically speaking, that is where most relationships tend to fall apart, whether it's people feeling weird about your partner not posting you, or DMs, or this or that, or yada, 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 yada. I've had negative experiences in the past with individuals that I've dated and social media, right? So this is something for me that is a boundary. Like, I'm not going to date anybody who has social media. It's unattractive to me. So it would be gross and disrespectful if I was like, that's a boundary, and then, or if they were like, that's a boundary, and then turned around and did it, right? So use that as you will, you guys. If the person you're dating or the person you're talking to would find their behavior disrespectful if you did it, then that is obviously disrespect. The High Sage showing up, this is the High Priestess, you guys. This is wisdom, lessons that we have learned, using our wisdom to our advantage, okay? It's also duality, recognizing that there's good and bad in everybody. Some of you guys may be looking for like Prince Charming or the perfect person. The perfect person does not exist, you guys. People will make mistakes. You can be upset about that if you want, but that is reality. Humans are imperfect, and we will always be imperfect. We have the Sovereign of Swords. This is independence and a willingness to cut people off. So the reason why you are single, group number 3, is because you have to become more willing to cut people off. You have to become more willing to end friendships, relationships at the first sign of disrespect. A lot of you guys are going to learn that lesson through enjoying your own company, through building a life that makes you happy, through finding purpose and fulfillment on your own versus in relationships. So independence is really important when it comes to you guys having the ability to find the right relationship for you. Because if you never learn how to stand on your own, or if you never feel confident within your own body, within your own skin, it's going to be very difficult for you guys to then have a healthy, happy, long-term relationship. I'm not saying that you have to be perfect, right? Obviously, like, people can be insecure. You can have bad days. You can have imperfections within your own personality, right? Obviously. But I do think that the way that you guys are going to learn to be strong and to not tolerate disrespect is through, again, finding enjoyment in your own company. Okay, why? Stress, Relationships may really stress you guys out and bring you a lot of tension, turbulence, arguments perhaps in your life. This is essentially just telling me that the reason you are single is because emotionally, you may not be in a great place to handle the variety of emotions you may be experiencing in a relationship. And again, you may not be attracting individuals that are capable of providing a healthy relationship for you right now. We have intuition. This is heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. This is all about connecting with oneself, okay? So again, a better connection with yourself. We have sorrow, loss, grief, depression. Some of you guys are suffering from mental health issues. Obviously, if you have found this to be ongoing for various months or even years, please do seek out a professional. I am not a professional. I do not cover mental health or other health-related things. Sorrow could also be stemming from being sad from past events, right? Being sad from losing someone, from a previous breakup. I do think that we have to invoke a little bit of happiness or a little bit of joy in our lives. I think that is the path to us finding a happy, healthy relationship, is again pouring into ourselves. We have fantasy here. This is daydreaming, imagining, and fantasizing. So, I hate this conversation that we're about to have, group 3, but here's the deal. A lot of us grow up with the idea of like Prince Charming coming to save us. A lot of us grow up with the idea of fairy tales and true love. And I think all these things are really, really beautiful. However, you guys, unfortunately, the reality is, like I said earlier, humans are imperfect. And we are not capable as humans to live up to the reality or to live up to what a fantasy is, right? I know for me, I'm somebody who loves to read. I love to read. It is how I de-stress. It is how I put my mind and my emotional self at ease. It's how I escape, right? But something that has been a detriment to me, especially when I was younger, was I always felt such a lack of happiness or such a lack of enjoyment in real life relationships because I was so infatuated. I was so obsessed with the idea of finding a partner that was my exact type or my exact fantasy. And the reality is humans are just not, right? Humans are not gonna give this, okay? We're not gonna get freaking Cain, Pharaoh in human form. We're just not gonna get that, unfortunately. So yeah, I just wanna leave that there. That may be something that you guys are struggling with. And if that is the issue, maybe take a break from indulging in your fantasies, maybe become more realistic with yourself about what you can and can't expect. Again, I'm not telling you to lower your standards, but I am telling you to expect a human. Can I please get... Friends or family disapprove of this connection. A lot of you guys could be single because you care too much about what your friends or family think. At the end of the day, your friends and your family are important, very, very important, but it's your life. And I do think it's also important to engage in relationships that bring you happiness and you fulfillment. I know for me, again, personally, the individuals that I date are not necessarily what my friends would envision dating for themselves, right? Or what my family members would envision dating for themselves. And that is, believe it or not, a good thing for the most part, especially now as an adult. But for you guys who pick this pile, you may be taking on opinions of other people more so than listening to yourself and what you want. Characteristics that you desire, characteristics that you find attractive. We have destinies taking us down different paths. And then we have, sorry you guys, I had to get that itch. Then we have, you deserve better than me. You deserve better than me. This is giving me a little bit of limerence, falling in love with somebody for who we think they are versus coming to the realization that they are who they are and not who we wanted them to be. And I think that there's a little bit of an experiencing a death or grieving a death in that way. Okay. We have protection, kindness, and undertake. And then we have banishment, severing ties, protection from further injury. So I do feel like a lot of you guys are currently single because you are protecting yourself from further injury. I'm going to be honest, guys. Few things are coming up with this pile. Again, number one, confidence. I think that we have to have more confidence in who we are and in what we want. Number two, I think we have to stop expecting real life human beings to fit our idea of what a perfect partner is. Again, for me, I can think of several fantasy novel male interests that to me are like the perfect partners. Like I would do crazy things for a human to be like that. That's just not reality, right? Humans are incapable of being perfect. Humans are incapable of living up to a fantasy. So I do think that that needs to be addressed as well. Like, why am I unsatisfied with real life humans versus, you know, like the people I'm fantasizing about or the characters I'm fantasizing about? And I also think that there is a need to kind of like have your own opinion and create your own image in your head of what you want. Have a really solid understanding of what you want realistically in a partner, what you need realistically in a partner. And if you don't feel like you know what you need or what you want, that is your sign to get to know yourself better. That is your sign to pour into yourself more. Let's go ahead and get a timeline, you guys, for when it is expected for you to find your next partner. Can I please get, we have next spring. So when the earth starts to warm again, when things are being reborn, when we are starting again, right? Because spring is the start of a new cycle. That is when it's expected for the majority of you to find a new partner. In the meantime, work on your confidence, work on seeing the magic that you possess within yourself. Work on, again, letting go of the fantasy or the fairy tale. Focus on what is realistic and what you need from another human or what you can expect from another human. And get out of your head. So that is what I have for you guys. Thank you so very much for allowing me to read for you today. I appreciate you. I love you. And that is all I've got. So hello, group number 4. Welcome to your guys' reading. Let's go ahead and get started. Why is group number 4 still single? Okay, so this is like, you're just waiting for the universe to bring this person to you, which like work, diva. I love that. Let chance play its creative role in your life. So you're kind of just single because you're not really, like, you're like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that is partially why you are still single, which makes sense. We also have opulence. It's time to lead. So this is calling for you guys, group 4, to step up and take initiative if you no longer want to be single. For those of you who are okay with being single, then like that's fantastic. But this is telling me that this group has to put in the effort to no longer be experiencing your single girl era or your single guy era. Can I please get a message for group 4? Okay. You are protecting yourself. I love that. Keep protecting yourself. Amazing. The 4 of Coins is talking about, like I just said, protecting yourself, protecting your resources. Some people describe this card as like selfish. I don't think this is selfish. I think this is self-preservation, which I think is a good thing. We have the Devil here. The Devil is a little dark. He's a little ooky. He's a little spooky. This is toxicity. This is intense, lustful, intimate energy. This is an intense bond. This is something that we have a hard time walking away from. I'm going to get more information on him in a moment. We have the 3 of Wands. This is growth. And then we have the Ruler of Cups, and this is emotional stability. So a lot of you guys are single because you are looking out for your mental health and you're like, I don't have the time or the capacity to feed another person or to give energy to another person right now. I think a lot of you guys are focused on growing and expanding and working on yourselves. Again, protecting yourself. You guys may know that you are attracted to more of these like devil type people, which this is Capricorn showing up. I love you, Capricorn, not saying you are a devil at all. You are magical, you are beautiful, I love you very much. Can we please get confirmation on the devil? Why is the devil here? How is that playing a role in why they are single? Generosity, things being hidden, putting in a lot of work. Okay, so the reason you guys are single, again, to confirm the devil, you give too much. You give too much, and you give during times where you don't have enough to give or where you're running on empty yourself, okay? So I think that you guys are aware of that and you are protecting yourselves. 7 of Coins, relationships are a lot of work. That is why you're single. You're like, I'm working on other things. And then the Moon. This is secrets, things being hidden from you. Perhaps there is a fear around not fully seeing somebody for who they are. A lot of you who picked this pile, you've experienced somebody being a complete angel and amazing and wonderful, and then they turn into a little demon, and you're trying to avoid that experience again. So let's go ahead and get some more. Can I please get a message for group number 4? Why are they still single? Sorry. Can I please get a message? Okay. Honestly, I feel like we have the Divine Feminine. This is yin, feminine energy. You guys feel more so single by choice. You like want a relationship, but it feels like an active decision to be like, I want a relationship, but also that sounds like a lot of work. That sounds a little stressful. That sounds a little overwhelming, and I'm just not here for that. We have broken. Okay, some of you guys recognize that you're a little broken. This is shattered, heartbroken, and destroyed. Again, wanting to protect yourself because this is what you have experienced. Fair. Elusive, dishonesty, deception, and trickery. Again, the angel turning into the devil. And then we have rejection. This is abandoned, dismissed, and irrational fear. I don't think that having your heart broken or having a fear of getting your heart broken is an irrational fear. I don't think that's irrational at all. Some of you guys could be afraid of rejection, but I more so feel like what you're afraid of is being vulnerable and somebody choosing to harm that, or putting yourself in a situation where you are open to love or where you are open to connection and then somebody takes advantage of that. I also feel like for those of you who picked this pile, you're afraid of losing yourself. You're afraid of going back to a place where you are giving and giving and giving and not receiving anything in return, and you're afraid of who you could become if you find yourself in the wrong relationship. Okay. Can I please get a message for group number 4? Why are they still single? You make me want to be a better person. The reality is, group number 4, I think you guys, a lot of you are single because you are simply just, you're simply just better than everyone. Honestly though, like kind of, yeah. Like finding somebody who can match you is hard. And I feel like that's the bare minimum, right? Like you want somebody who is at least at your level or who at least feels like an equal to you. And I do think that's something that is a little bit difficult. That could be financially, emotionally, that could be intellectually, that could be physically, right? You want somebody who you are also attracted to. We have our story isn't over yet. There could be an unhealthy attachment that a lot of you guys are still holding on to. I still have growing to do. And then I abandon people to make myself feel more important. You guys may have recently or in the not so distant past been involved with somebody who is an anxious avoidant, somebody who runs away when they start to feel things, somebody who runs away when they aren't getting too close or when they feel scared. Why is group 4 still single? Keep pedaling, move ahead despite any obstacles that arise. Venture, explore, forge. This is an encouragement for you guys to continue to explore, to continue to expand your horizons, right? Keep dating. We have baby steps. Take your time. Build your love slowly with care. This is relaxed, deliberate, and aware. So there is more intentionality behind dating for you guys, group 4. There is more like, I want to make sure that the person I'm dating, the person I'm investing my time, my energy, my emotions into, is going to be someone who is worth the effort. It's going to be somebody who's worth putting in that type of energy into. So ultimately, group 4, like, I think you guys are single simply because you just haven't found the right person and you're looking for somebody who's worth it. You're looking for somebody who is actually capable of showing up the way that you show up for other people. You're looking for your equal, truly, and you just simply have not found that yet. Can I get a timeline for group? We have by the end of the week. So some of you guys could be entering into a new relationship by the end of the week, or meeting the person you will be in a relationship with by the end of the week. Can I get a little bit more? Then we have January. A lot of new relationships are blossoming in the new year, which I find very, very interesting. Okay, group 4. That is what I have for you. This is a short reading because ultimately, like, you're not the problem, babe. And that's that on that. So I'm sending you love, group 4. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for you. And yeah, that is all I got. So bye. Hello, group 5. Welcome to your guys' reading. Let's go ahead and get started with our shuffle. If you guys do want a personal reading, I have those in my description box, or at least information regarding those in my description box. Can we please get a message for group number 5 on why they are still single? Why is group 5 still single? This is a choice of your own, group 5. This is something that you have chosen. The reason I'm saying that is we have, quite literally, whatever you choose will be correct. So for one reason or another, group number 5, you have chosen to be single. Whether that is like ending a relationship, whether that is not making time to date, not putting yourself out there, having an idea in your mind, a specific, hyper-specific idea in your mind of how you want to meet somebody and not settling for anything other than that. I totally understand, by the way, you guys, people's concerns with like dating apps makes so much sense. It really, really does. But, right, the people who are on dating apps are also the people you're meeting in real life. Most likely, at least where I'm from, right? I live in a very populated state, one of the most populated states in the United States, obviously. And everybody that is dating and everybody that I meet on the streets is also, they're on dating apps. So it's like, I don't know, like I get the idea behind it of not liking dating apps, but especially if you live in a city, most likely the people who are single and dating are also on dating apps. So there's that. But choosing to be single, this is a choice. This is an active choice. I want to understand how it's an active choice, you guys, again, because it's going to be different for a lot of you. We have cultivate love. And again, this is telling me that you are actively choosing to not. You are actively choosing to not be in a relationship or to not have any pursuit of romance. We have honor yourself. So this is telling me that you honor yourself and you love yourself and you respect yourself. So you are, again, choosing to not be in a relationship, which at the end of the day, you guys, anybody who knows me personally knows that I am not the biggest advocate of people just throwing themselves into relationships. Can I please get, oh my gosh, why are they single? Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, first of all, you're an intuitive queen. You're an intuitive diva. So, you read people very easily, group number 5. And for a lot of you, again, who picked this pile, unfortunately, the individuals that you are engaging with are just they're not hitting it, okay? They're not hitting. They are not hitting. They are missing the mark. They are less than desirable, okay? They're not meeting the standard. The 5 of Swords, or they're just giving you like an icky vibe. You're like, honestly, your vibe's off. I can't tell you how many times I've just straight up told a man, like, sir, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, I find you attractive. You seem nice, but like the vibe is off. Like the vibe is just not there. And I need to be honest, like it's not there. So that could be the situation for you guys. The 5 of Swords showing up is interesting because this is knowing when to walk away. So I do feel like you guys are not individuals who mess around with like, I'm going to date just to date, or I'm going to entertain this person just to entertain this person. You guys feel very strict about who you allow into your life energetically. We have Conqueror of Swords as well. This is calculation, going about your plans in a very calculated fashion. Sometimes this talks about being a little bit impulsive, but more likely than not, this is like having a vision and going after it, having a goal and going after it. So you guys know what you want. And then we have the 10 of Coins. And the 10 of Coins, group number 5, is talking about the long term, the bigger picture. This group, if you pick this group, I feel as if you want a husband or a wife or a life partner. You want a family. You want to like build a future with somebody. And if you don't see yourself in that position, then you're kind of just like, okay, next. Like, I'm not going to waste my time with somebody when I know I don't want to spend my life with them. I don't want to really have any relationship with them. So that's a big reason why you guys are single, because you're looking for something that is not, you're not going to just find in a random person. Like, this is you are a very serious person when it comes to, if I'm dating with intention. If I'm dating, I want to make sure that the person I'm with, or the person I'm putting energy into, is worth the effort. Can I please? Secrets and deception. Okay, so you guys are single, group number 5, because perhaps in the past you have dealt with individuals who are very secretive or deceptive. This could also be going back to that intuition. Like, you can just read people really well. You can tell when someone's full of crap. So that's something that's making it perhaps a little bit difficult for you to date. Oh, this is long. I pulled away because I'm overwhelmed with all the things going on in my life right now. So you're looking for someone who is on the same page as you. You're looking for somebody who is on the same page as you, who is in the same phase and same chapter of life as yourself. Maturity really is like what I'm getting here. Like, you just need somebody who is at your same maturity level. And I feel as if you're having a hard time finding that. Why is group, okay, your soulmate. That's why you're single, guys. Soulmate. This is deep love, unity, and connection. Group number 5, you're single because you are quite literally looking for your soulmate. And that's not to say that they're not out there, because I very much believe in soulmates, and I believe that we all have the ability to find our soulmate in this life. But if you are finding it hard to find this person, it's very likely because, right, this is one person. This is one individual you're looking for, and we have billions of people here on Earth. So that's not going to be the easiest thing to accomplish, especially in a speedy, rapid time period. We have abandoned, left out, walked away, and cold. I don't know why I was struggling with that. Abandoned. So there could be abandonment issues here. I more so see this as you like walking out at the first sign of trouble. You're like, nope, my husband would never. My wife would never. My soulmate would never. So, and then we have intimacy. This is bonding, sensual, and confiding. I do feel as if you are seeking something deeper than what most have to offer. And that's just the reality, unfortunately, of what I'm getting is like, I'm seeking something deep. I'm seeking something meaningful. I'm seeking something real and raw and long lasting. And that's just not easy to find. Can I? Dang. Okay, we have Romeo, idealistic lover, passion, rashness, and quickly changing moods. This is what I was saying to the last group, you guys. We have to have realistic expectations for human beings. I am not saying you should accept abuse. I'm not saying you should accept cheating. I'm not saying you should accept somebody who you're unattracted to or somebody who you think is a loser. But I do think that we have to have realistic expectations for humans. Right, and I was saying this again in the last pile, we're not going to have our perfect fantasy man come in and like sweep us off our feet. Fairy tales are not real, and we cannot expect a human being to be perfect 365, 24/7. That's crazy. That's unreasonable. But with that being said, I just felt like I needed to get that out because soulmate Romeo here, it tells me that you guys have very high standards, which is a good thing. With that being said, again, the reason you guys are single is because you are looking for somebody very, very specific to you. This is not somebody who is necessarily going to be palatable for the masses, but this is somebody who is very much what you want in a partner. We have crossing the barrier. This is overcoming obstacles. So there are obstacles in front of you. I want to try to understand what those obstacles are for you, group number 5. Can I please get an understanding of what those obstacles are for group 5 regarding why they are still single? Competition and enemy. The other woman. Look over your shoulder. Okay. I don't love that. I don't love that at all. We have separation, sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, uncertain future. I want to get one more from this deck. What I'm getting from the snake is the barrier is perhaps somebody who is pretending to be someone that they're not. Again, someone who's not 100% being authentic. Can I please get a message for group number 5? Blowing kisses, unconditional love, giving and receiving, fairness and love, affection returned. So this is what I'll say with this, you guys. Somebody who is your soulmate, the person you're supposed to be with, is not going to be someone who makes you feel like you have to compete with other women or other men, okay? The person you are supposed to be with is not going to be somebody who makes you feel like you are not good enough, who makes you feel like, again, you have to compete with other people. That's just not your soulmate, right? And a big reason as to why you guys are single is because you're aware of this and you keep, again, perhaps encountering individuals who are playing games or who are not matching your level of maturity, which is then playing a role in why you are remaining single. Sure, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and get a timeline for you. Can I please get a timeline of when group next winter? This whole reading is almost reminding me of somebody that I do personal readings for. So if you are watching, I'm certain you would know who you are. Makes sense. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys, group 5. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I do hope that you found it helpful. I'm sending you guys so much love, and that is all I've got. So